All right, like I was saying before, though, so we have 3 world champions here: Pierre, Matteo, Antoine. Thanks for making the time to sit down here and chat a little bit about Medano. So I guess the first question is, why Medano? Why here? What brings you guys here? And yeah, just tell us a little bit about that.
We can say that we come here because first there is a center like the TWS training center, and everybody is coming here. You know, it starts quite small here, and I was maybe the last one to come here because I was working for Neil Pride there in Maui because all the development was made there and all the team was going there, but Maui is becoming a lot more expensive than to come here. And more far to go. In here you can take flight from Europe, it's super quick. So everyone is coming here. The organization there on the water is just perfect as well. So it's super easy to come and train with some good level guys as well. So that's why I come here. But I think the other guy is more or less the same.
Yeah. But it's the same, eh? Yeah. It's like you have the highest level here. And I mean, obviously you have the organized slalom courses set up for you guys every day when it's windy.
Yeah, so, conditions are great also. Yeah. You are sure to get to have good condition.
Okay. I mean, obviously this winter hasn't been as windy, but has the foil saved a lot of days for you guys as well?
At the end, it's better. It's better to have a little bit of everything. You know, if you have 25 to 30 knots every day, after 1 week you are starting to get tired and you want to put the 9.0 or the 8.0 in the water.
Okay, all right. So on top of obviously not having crazy conditions, the variety has actually helped you guys this year. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool to hear.
No, it's better. I think actually with the foil now you get in lighter winds a lot more, and the conditions we have on tour, I think that they changed a lot since when I started and when Antoine started. Like they used to have like a lot more high wind events. And when me and Pierre got in the tour, we still had like many, but now it's more like light wind oriented. And actually it's really good that now, like in winter time, is the wind comes and goes and then allows us to train in different conditions.
Fair enough. I mean, so that being said, you're saying like the tour kind of has a few weird stops, sometimes weird locations. Like, are you still stoked on the tour? Are you stoked on the locations maybe that are supposed to be coming up this year? Or are they kind of sometimes a little bit like, okay, I don't really...
There's always place that is difficult to go, you know. We will not give any names, you know, but there is windy place that we like to go for sure, because we are pretty sure that in the 5 days of competition, it's going to be almost racing every day. And there is some more events where the wind is not every day and you have a lot of waiting, but now with the foil, it's going to be much better because we can fly so much earlier, and we will never stop at the jibe as well, because we just do, actually they do flying jibes. I'm trying to make the best that I can.
This guy always puts himself down, man. This guy is too low key about it. So
no, I'm joking, but with the foil we can go with way less wind for sure. So we can go to places where the wind is not every day.
Fair enough, yeah. Pierre, so you were the last slalom-specific world champion, right? Yeah. So now that the foil is being introduced to the scene, like how does that make you feel? Like, do you feel like you can still benefit from that, or as somebody who's obviously just won on the fin, like you can only really lose from that, I guess.
The thing is, it's completely different, and we lost almost 2 years. Like 2020 and 2021. Even if last year we had a tour and it was good, we only had one event, and we realized that the foil was really coming. And I think it's now every month we progress so much that and also the equipment is evolving, is getting better year after year. So I think we're gonna lose like a big part of the fin part. But I hope that event like Fuerte, for example, or other place you can get strong wind, and the fin is still on the menu, so I think it can help.
Yeah, like the tiramisu. Hopefully, that's it. No, I think. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, all of you guys are fin world champions, right? So I think it's interesting to hear that you're still okay with the transition and obviously the foil coming up, but it's yeah, I guess it's going to change the dynamic a little bit.
You cannot really fight, and there were guys actually they saw it coming. They were like, "It's never gonna come."
Yeah.
But I guess Antoine was on the foil many years ago, but we all started as soon as it came, no? Because we knew that it would evolve. We didn't know like how it would be, but
yeah,
I guess we all expected to be there, no? Like with a certain importance.
Yeah.
Obviously, I personally still like a better high wind fin, but it's just my personal opinion. But in light winds, it's nice the foil. You don't stop at the jives, and as Pierre said, it's evolving so much. You never know how it's gonna be in 2 years.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Actually, it's like, do you guys see maybe the fin at some point maybe even becoming obsolete? Is there a chance, you think?
We will see. We will see this year for sure how
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. But I'm pretty sure that the foil is gonna go faster and faster. Yeah. And at the overall of all the events we're gonna have, it's gonna be maybe 90% of foil and 10% of fin.
At some point, eh?
So
yeah.
we are not scared to say that.
Yeah.
We will see. We will see how it goes. It's a little bit sad, but at the end, foiling is. I see it because I'm much older than the two big boys here. But after 1 day of training, you feel it way less than if you do 1 day of full slalom fin training.
So being like you're saying, being the older guy, I guess, at the end of the day, you are the older guy here, right? The foil for you, I guess, in a sense, could be a benefit, right? It's easier on the body.
It's way easier on the body for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so maybe we'll see more people pushing into their later years, you're thinking, because of the foil.
We have a lot of crashes.
Yeah.
So it can be bad on the body as well. But,
yeah, I guess
if
so,
you
right?
avoid all this, it for sure after 1 day of sailing, it's way more easy.
Yeah, right on. Well, I mean, with that insight being said, we have actually a couple of question requests. One was, would you guys, so obviously you're, like I said it before, you're all world champions, but is there anything you would have changed? And if you look back at how you progressed through your careers, like, do you have any regrets on how you actually pursued becoming a world champion, or was everything that you did, more or less the way you envisioned it? So maybe, Antoine, we could start with you with that one as well.
I'm not sure I really understand the question, but what I regret in my, or what I would...
Yeah, do you have any regrets coming up?
What I would have changed?
Yeah, exactly.
After 25-time world champion, I think it would be bad to say, oh no, I regret this title. For sure. People always ask me which world title do you remember, but it's so many that you will remember the best one, maybe the most easy, but the hardest one, the one you missed as well. Because I remember I missed two world titles in Formula Windsurfing, one for 0.3 and one for 0.7. One time against Maciek and one time against Kevin Pritchard.
Okay.
And this was for me a disaster.
Yeah.
Because you cannot lose for that little of points, but it's like this. Yeah. So no, I think I'm pretty happy with all what I done.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, your track record kind of speaks for itself, but you just kind of, it's always interesting to hear, so appreciate that. And how about yourself, Pierre?
It's hard to say because I don't regret so much at the end, because it was for sure a long way to get it, and I think the level on the sport is really, really high with guys like Antoine, Matteo, and we fight each other since I think 7 or 8 years, something like this, for the podium, for the title. So it took a long time, and even the title was super close. We finished in New Caledonia after a full week of competition. Like the last final was the decision. So until that, I don't see so much that I could change. Antoine was saying he lost title for 0.3, 0.7. I think in 2015 we were equal point at the end of the year.
Crazy.
So at the moment, at the moment, I didn't really realize, but during the winter, it was pretty strange feeling.
Yeah.
Because it was here and no, it was not here.
Yeah.
So, but no, I don't really see something that I wanted to change.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's also really nice to hear for sure.
Yeah, what Pierre said. Obviously, I cannot relate myself much to what Antoine said, as I don't have 25 world titles. But yeah, when you work a lot for something and then you achieve it, is something great, something really fulfilling. And then and the way to get it is actually beautiful. Like when you live it, that you struggle, is not so nice. But afterwards, it's beautiful to remember some parts, no? So many times it's actually super nice to remember if after that you won, to remember when you were losing a lot and stuff. So I would not change much. And in the end, the hardest battles you have on the water are the ones you remember the best. Like the last event we had in Fuerte, I had a sick one with Antoine. This was the final that was most viewed on YouTube until now, or whatever.
Albeau and Matteo Iachino going head to head down this last reach. This is probably the epic racing we have ever seen on the PWA. Who would call this? Matteo Iachino, Antoine Albeau. Oh my God! Antoine Albeau has just pulled it off.
Oh my God!
And they crashed on the last reach. Now we were head to head and they went down a wave. I touched a little bit with the board. I touched a little bit in maybe like in the back, and then I couldn't hold it anymore. I just fell, and and then I was looking back. My friends were looking back at the points and were like, but if you were just setting for second, you would have maybe won the event, and then you would have a better chance to win the world title. But then when you're there, you're just like, you're just pushing, and I have no regret. It was so much fun, and I remember as it is now, no? That final with him, and I would do it again. I wouldn't change much. In the end, you're there just for the moment. Obviously, if it comes in the end altogether, has to come. But
does this happen though? I mean, like when you, for instance, like when you're actually racing, do you kind of sometimes hold back because you're like, okay, all I need to do is make a second, or is that ever something that kind of comes
know
up?
it? I think personally, if I know it perfectly and I can make it, maybe I do it. But there are occasions where you are so full of adrenaline and having so much fun, actually, because you are on it so much, you want to win, that is difficult. And then that's why I think we are good at what we do. Otherwise, I don't know, this is how I see it myself.
Yeah, no, for sure. You have to obviously be professional and do your best to have the best result in the end, right? But sometimes that that adrenaline can probably catch up with you, and you're pushing beyond what might actually be necessary. So we have I have an interesting one for you guys. So I mean, obviously, you have, how old's your kid now? You have a newborn, right? So,
yeah, he's 3 years old.
Oh, sorry, 3 years old. Wow, I should know that. Okay, so you have a 3-year-old. You have kid as well.
Yes.
And just one?
I have two.
You have
5
two. Okay.
and 4 months.
And 5 and 4 months. Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay. When's yours coming, Matteo?
In the future.
Okay, so but it is coming, eh? Okay, it is
in
coming.
the future.
You heard that. You heard that here first, guys. All right. But how does having a family dynamic affect your windsurfing? So I mean, like obviously with one kid, with 2, with a girlfriend, do you feel like you have to make a bunch of compromises, or do you feel like it's still the same you throughout the years?
No, it changed for sure. At the beginning, for me, the first year was not easy because it's such a big change in your life in terms of everything, in terms of organization, sleeping. There is so much, and also some good points. That it was not easy the first year, but then now it's pretty cool. It's not easy to leave the house and go away for a month, and especially now as I had a lot of time with COVID and lockdown at home, so we learn how to live together and more than before. Yeah. So now it was a bit harder to live again, but I think we find a good balance at home because it's my job and I have to go for this. And I think now we start to understand everything. But he's asking for the cup at the end of the trip, always.
Fair enough, fair enough.
It changed a lot, for sure. I was lucky because my wife could follow me all the time. So we were traveling, and with our little boy, the first one, we was traveling as well. So for me, I don't feel it harder to travel with the kid because I'm not scared to carry more stuff and
Yeah, you already have.
I was all my time in the airport with stuff, equipment, and bags, and this and that. So to have one or two more bags,
it's almost easier with
That's an amazing way to put it.
it was more scary for Paola, my wife, but for me it was like, okay, let's go. It's okay, it's all right. It's even better sometimes to travel with the little kid because the people at the check-in counter, they say, "Oh, that's so cute. Okay, just go. Just go like this." So and for Alani, for our son, it was a beautiful start of life because he went many times to Japan, to Korea, to Maui. He went everywhere, So and but now to have the second one is a little bit more tough because. Also, I'm becoming older and I'm thinking about something else, I have other objective. So to live to place and not see the family because it's a little bit harder to travel together. I think I was very lucky that we got the lockdown as well because we spent all the time together. We didn't move too much, but now we start to move a little bit and we were missing it. We felt it. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of not sleeping like you want to sleep and not to relax when you want to relax. But it's the way it is, and it's just beautiful,
Yeah, it's
I
a
like
different life now, right?
Yes, it's totally different.
Right on.
Yeah, but it's cool that arrive now. If it two kids arrive earlier. For your career, I think it's going to be hard.
Okay. Be difficult. All right. So right now it feels like the right time for you. Okay. Yes. Cool. Right on. Matteo, next year?
Yeah. Well, my girlfriend is competing at my level, so. But in the future, for sure. I mean, I cannot say I'm jealous because I feel like I'm so busy all the time that I don't know how the guys do actually because I'm really running everywhere.
You always find
between the school year
times.
and the
you always find time.
Yeah,
even if you think that it's not going to be possible, it's always possible.
But something for sure that is something to do in your life. So for sure. But with the girlfriend is not that you mentioned before. It's not such a great deal to.
Okay. You don't feel like there's too many compromises, for instance?
No. Actually, she's from Tenerife, so it's a place where I was going anyway many times of the year to test and to train and whatever. Mm-hmm. So it just came by itself, super easy, and so no compromise.
And now everybody has their partners or family here right now as well, correct? Or no?
No, me not.
No, okay. All right. And how do you feel like bringing them into Medano? Is that?
Actually, it's not bad because the place is the city is not huge. It's a kind of little village that become a little bit bigger. It's good for the kids as well because the beach is there. It's not super windy every day. My little kid is just learning surfing, so even if it's a little bit of wind, I can take in a wave. Super safe. For me, for the family, and to mix both, training and family, it's a really good place.
Nice. And so we have the next world champion in the works as well.
I'm not sure I want him to do competition.
No, okay.
From what I got, I'm not sure I want. He will do what he wants.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We'll come back to that in a couple of years, eh? And so why didn't you end up bringing the family yourself?
Because she's currently working, so
Okay.
and now we try to, for early days, we try to avoid windsurfing, but it's not easy. And I think now when I see Antoine at the beach almost every day after training, playing on the water with the kids, I think it's going to be one of the options next year.
Yeah, cool. All right, so inspired by more ways than one than the old from the old guy. I like that.
You need to be strong, but I think when you get older, you get stronger.
Okay. Well, I mean, the kilos that you have would say that too, man. Yeah. All right. And give me 1 second here. I got a few more from the homies. So obviously, Pierre, Antoine, you're both French. Okay. But does that mean you guys are good friends? Do you guys ever train together outside of obviously Medano? Do you guys work together just because you have the same nationality, or is there no sort of camaraderie just because you guys are the same nationality?
It's difficult because first we are not in the same team, and like I was saying, I was going a lot to Maui, and Pierre was training more in Europe, but he was coming to Maui, but he was testing with the...
I think it's more working by team at the beginning than nationality.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something from other people asking. It's like, if you are French, does that give you, or do you feel any obligation to help others that are from the same country as you? Is there any patriarchy?
It's difficult as well because we were competing together for the same goal. So I'm not sure I wanted to share my knowledge, and I'm not sure he wanted to do the same.
Fair enough.
But we have some. We are part of the national team as well, so we have few testing camp that we're gonna meet for sure. And it's good to, even when we sail here, we sail together.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. So like, obviously, when you come here, everybody's training together. Are you guys sort of keeping your secrets to yourselves, so to speak, even on and off the race course here, even though it's just training?
You keep for you.
Yeah, about everything, eh?
Yeah, but this is normal. It's like even with Matteo, you know, he's not telling, coming at night and tell me, hey, this is amazing. He just keep it for himself.
Okay.
Would be stupid.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, it's just, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes people like to share their secrets because then it ends up pushing the level. But if it's not like this, you know, maybe.
No, I mean, I think in all the sports it's the same.
Yeah. Okay.
I think if you share something, it's something that doesn't matter much,
Okay.
or that the other guy can actually
See
quite easily, and then doesn't matter. No.
Yeah. Is it a thing for you guys? You pretend like you're at a different level when you're on the race course here. For anybody, for any reason, is that like, I don't know? Are you testing like, you know, fins that are like just so bad, but you know they're bad, just to kind of put yourselves at a lower level when you're doing the trainings, anything like this?
I guess you don't have the best of the best gear, no? When you train, because if you might crash and ruin it, if you know that something is really, really good, you would be stupid like putting that on. Because
Well, I mean, this is the stuff people want to hear, you know? It's like, course, you're using your best stuff, you know? Are you? No.
Neither you want to use like shitty stuff, because otherwise, I mean, the level is really high. So if you put shitty stuff, you cannot really train much. Yeah. So it has to be something that works good, but maybe it's not like the top of the top, because because the crashes are happening. I don't know, personally, when I slow down, it's not because I don't want to push, but it's because I see dangerous situations, and there is guys that actually are pushing maybe over the limits, even though it's just training, you know?
Not to name names, eh?
No, there are many, so I cannot name names. We will stay here until tomorrow morning. But you don't want to crash and get injured or break something while training. So we are here to improve or to test or whatever. We're not here to get injured, no? Yeah. So at least if you get injured, try to get injured while doing something serious, not at training in winter like idiots.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, I'd rather get hurt on the race course in an actual race, or not hurt at all, ideally.
Yeah.
I guess that was actually a question. Like, out of the three of you, who do you think has the gnarliest crash story? Like, has anybody like had to go to the hospital, or like, I don't know, actually, personally. So, can you remember
from the training?
Just from trainings here, or from in general, like on tour? So I actually personally don't know.
I think we all got big crashes. Huh?
Yeah.
Me, I got many, no, actually 3 in Uderitz on the speed channel.
Yeah.
You know?
Seen some of those,
So
yeah.
this is kind of hard, especially that you have weight as well on the body, you know, to be a little bit heavier. But I got one here that was good during the training. Yes.
Yeah, recently.
Yes.
On the foil or?
Yeah, on the foil, like 3-4 days ago.
Man, gnarly, man. They look so savage. Like we were just talking about it earlier. Like Enrico,
Yes.
and this guy just got a concussion again, and I think that's
Face
maybe
to face.
You sorry, say that again. You saw it
Face to face.
face to face.
Yes.
What do you mean by that? Sorry.
In opposite direction.
So he hit somebody coming the other way.
Yeah, Enrico was there, and what was the name of the other guy?
Michał,
No,
the
straight.
Polish guy.
Yeah.
Polish kid.
that's ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can be fucking dangerous with the foil and stuff, and I think they damaged the board, but at the end it's better the board than the legs or the head or something,
Yeah.
you know. But I was there just after. Enrico was almost knocked out.
Yeah.
He got it straight in the head, or I don't know what happened exactly.
Man, it's crazy. I know this guy's already had, like on Instagram, I saw some super gnarly crash already. And the fact that he had one that's even gnarlier than what I saw,
Yeah.
I'm hoping the guy's okay. I mean, have any of you guys had concussions before from windsurfing?
No.
No.
I had 10 stitches on my head training here.
Yeah.
A guy jibed the sail and got me with the tail end of the boom
Yeah.
straight in the head. We were not using helmets or something.
Okay.
And I didn't even fall. Just got half knocked out like this, but I stayed like on the board. And then I left everything. Guy brought me back, and they gave me 10 stitches here on the head.
Are you sure you didn't have a concussion, eh? I remember.
They didn't do MRI,
Okay.
but they told me to sleep with. I was sleeping alone, and the guy is like, "No, sleep with a friend or something. Something happens
case.
during the night."
Okay.
But I mean, if you train and sail every day, something happens, no?
That's how
You
it
try
is,
to
yeah.
avoid
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah, I remember. I think these stitches. Like, how long ago was that? I remember it looked pretty intense. And
it was rough.
Yeah.
It was 2018.
okay.
18.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a guy, Michel, a German guy that is actually here now. He improved a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember,
Maybe we're
I
gonna interview
jibed.
this guy later too, eh? We'll ask
I
him about it.
jibed. I flipped the sail, and the guy was coming in from the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Fully overpowered, left the sail, and he went with the tail end in my head. No, I did like this, and I got it like.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, I remember like it actually kind of looked badass. It's like, man, like I would not want to mess with you if I saw you on the race course with these stitches in your head, like just looking like full on, like just anyways. So, how about yourself, man? Did you ever have something gnarly that maybe even knocked you out almost?
This story remember me when I had I don't know when, like 6-7 years ago. I was training at home before the event of Costa Brava. I was with Marco, the Australian guy. And we were training around Mark and jibing, and one time I felt just in front of him, and I was on the water, and I went up with my head, and he was coming straight from the back, so he hit me.
Oh.
I get like something 5 or 6 stitches, but the thing was, it was 5-6 days before the event, something like this, so I was not really happy. And at the end, I raced the event with the stitches, and it went well because it was not so windy, and it was okay.
Okay.
But and maybe the gnarliest one was in Fuerteventura. I was not injured, but Tati, the guy with who I had the crash, got a pretty bad one. I think he gets like 35 stitches or something like this, 2-3 operations. And we were sailing a final. I think it was 45-50 knots. Yeah. And we crashed, and this one was pretty tough.
Yeah.
He fell. I think Tati fell on his fin.
Yeah.
On your fin.
I think he came from the top, and he crashed so hard that my board went on the other side, and it just landed on the fin, like the full leg on the fin.
Yeah, I think I remember.
And he was lying on the water without saying anything.
Like looking like.
And at this moment, you don't know what to do. And the security came, and everything went pretty quick. But was weird.
Yeah. Man, I remember seeing that. I forgot that you were involved in that. That is some scary shit. Holy man. Okay. Yeah, I guess you all do have some serious stories, eh? God damn. Yeah, well, I guess that's part about being a professional, eh? You just got to charge through it. So.
Yeah, when you're there, you don't really feel much. That's the thing.
Yeah. Is there like a point in which like you're able to get over that hump of fear? Because I think like for myself, if I was on the course with you guys, I'd be like shitting myself, you know. But you guys are able to just like charge through and not think really. It almost seems like you're not worried about hitting somebody at the marks. Or when did that kind of switch happen? Did it ever?
You always think about it, but with the adrenaline of the start and with especially if it's a final, you just want to win the final.
Yeah.
So actually this goes away, and you know that's like Matteo said, there's people that you need to be away from.
Yeah.
You know those guys.
Okay, yeah.
So you just try to do it, and this goes after, I think.
Yeah, it does, eh? Yeah. Fair enough. Same for you guys, sort of. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you just need to take care of yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you're there, like in the final, it is like you go in, no? All in. Otherwise, it's no. But in training, as said before, no, you don't feel. I don't feel any fear. It's more about risking. Risking. Like you see it coming. I like, fuck no, it might come. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
I'm not really scared of it. It's just like. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you feel the fear much. It's
yeah.
Because it's more dangerous because of the others than because of yourself most of the times. So
and you feel obviously, yeah, you guys
so
are
you check around
world class. You know your level, yeah. It's like I don't know his level though. Like,
you also can arrive at the jibe and the guy in front just fall in front of you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with the fin, it's more easy to change direction. With the foil, it's so much power under the water that under the board that. It's super hard to slow down, and it's super hard to change direction.
This is what I feel like scares me with the foil. It's okay. I'm
you
surprised.
need to think about this. You know, that's okay. He's the world champion in front of me, but he can miss. You know, he can miss in jibe, he can fall, he can have too much power, get the gust. You never know, a chop, something.
Yeah.
So you need to be prepared of this and not crush anyone.
Yeah, well, I think that's good. Good for the people up and coming at home that want to know about that stuff, man. Y'all crashed too, but I mean, but here you guys, I mean, train together. After training, you guys aren't getting coffee with each other or anything like this. Are you guys hanging out off the beach as well a bit, friends?
For myself, I go with the family. You know, I try not to put them on the side.
Okay.
So I try to spend most of the time after sailing with them.
Yeah. All right. So after the job, it's back home, back to the fam. Okay. All right. For me, that's most of it. I don't know if you guys have anything you want to ask each other, but I think for me, I'm good. So, yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. That was really nice.
It was nice.
Yeah. I enjoyed that a lot. Thank you guys so much, man. That was awesome. Yeah, it's a pleasure to.
Grande, Max.
Yeah. No problem, man. Pleasure.